Ah. Welcome to Tristrike Tuesday. I'm one of the commentators, Snowman 10. But I guess I'll be referred to as Snow, our co-commentator, Lonesome.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
we are. We're starting out with the first game of Marine Fate versus Visit Panoma. Um, yeah, it's just waiting for that to start. It'll be interesting to see what. Okay, well, actually, we're just right in with a what we would call just a normal meta comp on Marine Fate's side, and then a roller mini on the Visit Panoma side,
Very ambitious.
for sure. There's a roller flanking, so we'll see if that gets anything. Does get punished though. One down on both sides. It's the rollers. Yeah, it's just a slow game going at the start of this.
The the splash seems to be perching on top of the little platform on their side, which I don't think I've ever seen before. I feel like splash is more of a short range weapon. It can't be comfortable to be just standing up there.
It is definitely very interesting, but in that scenario, there was a zone flip towards Marine Fate, and they currently have taken the lead. Visit Panoma is now 2 down, so they are being forced to back up, sort of, and just waiting patiently, trying to get the ink back. One pick on Midnight Fate, it's the roller. Yeah, just back to the waiting game, holding. Slosher's close to strikes. Bubble in the zone by Visit Panoma. There might be a zone flip here, but Midnight Fate holds it, or Marine Fate.
They're 25 down, and the Visit Panoma is actually looking very well. They were looking very
Yeah,
close to getting a zone flip, and now they're pushed. Oh no!
yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
that goes
game, man.
goes to Marine.
Marine Fate was very dominant in the majority of that game. Like, Visit Panoma had a great opening, but beyond that, they just didn't find any ways to push.
Yeah, it feels
Very
like
unfortunate.
I feel like a lot of times when I watch stuff like this, if a team starts out with like a small lead and then immediately gets flipped, it's usually a pretty open and shut case from there. They just they get too confident to keep the zone long enough to get any substantial lead, and then they lose all the traction they had from the start.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely was difficult most of that game. There wasn't really much special synergy. I didn't see many good pushes from honestly either side. It's just Midnight Tide or Midnight
Marine
Fate. My
Fate.
bad. Midnight Fate just played better in a sense and was a little bit more together. But game one, it's the warm-up game. Maybe we'll see something out of Visit Panoma. Maybe we'll just see a repeat. But next game is on Barnacle. Barnacle and Dime, so
Is it
it's
zone?
very
I don't
yeah,
I
I'm
don't
pretty sure this
think
is a
it's zone.
zones only tournament. Oh, it's a zones and clams tournament. I see. In that case, we might be seeing a Barnacle clams. Same
Clams
comp
have
from
never,
Marine Fate
but
and Zuka Mini from Visit.
they are switching to the Rattler or whatever that's called. It's definitely not Rattler. What was that?
It is the Rattler, yeah, with the Zuka
Is
Mini. Yeah, Roller was going really pushing up on Visit Panoma. 2 down on both sides now. There's a Zuka popped all the way in the back, but doesn't get much value. Crab on Marine Fate's side and really is just pushing Visit Panoma back, really pressuring 1 down on Visit, 2 down. They could, then Marine Fate's forced to back up. Not many clams on the field, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, really, the only player that has any clams is the Snipe Rider, but they do have a power clam.
That is true, and we might see a really good push from Visit Panoma coming here soon, but...
They have a lot of space.
Yeah, Marine Fate pops a crab, pushing back the pen, and consequently pushing back everyone else as well. Gets a pick. Does not get a pick. Zuka on Visit Panoma's side doesn't get much value either, but induces that fear factor that really is helpful in some cases.
It looks like they're losing a lot of... Visit Panoma is losing a lot of the space that they just had. They even have some people behind their platform. The Carbon Roller is really, really close to behind the basket.
Yeah, trying to get that jump in, and he does, so that is very helpful for their scoring push. Both Roller and Pen scores a lot, makes it to 68, but that seems to be the end of the push with 2 down on Marine Fate. Yeah, Visit Panoma is getting a really fast push here. 2 power clams and a lot of clams on the mini as well. We might see a really quick 2 down on Marine Fate, but 3 down. Ooh. From, I'm pretty sure, the Carbon Roller on Marine Fate.
Just got a little too confident.
For sure. Marine Fate's close to Cooler, they pop it, so we could easily see a really good push here. They also pop Zuka, gets 1 kill on the pen, so they don't have any back anymore. Gets another kill on the mini, but Marine Fate's 2 down. There's a shark mid from, I presume, the Slosher. But they were forced to back up by the pen. Really good strikes by the Sloshers, Visit Panoma. Yeah.
They're getting more of the space back that... I lost it, I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine. There's a actual, what is that, Bucket? Yeah, Bucket was behind Marine Fate and they didn't notice, so that got a score in, but not much value besides that.
It did put them on the board, but whenever I'm playing clams, I always worry about not making a big enough push to justify giving the other team a power clam. It doesn't feel like good when you don't get that value out of the power clam.
For sure. Roller might get a super big push here, but gets punished. Really unfortunate there, but... I mean, we do see Visit Panoma maybe getting here a good push, but... Ooh, nice kill from the jumping Roller. Now Marine Fate is 2 down, but they're back fast from Cooler. So, we might not see much out of that.
Yet again, I'm noticing that Visit Panoma is getting more ink, but the past 2 times it hasn't looked like...
There might be a problem, yeah.
They put down a bubble, which, does let them break into the basket, and it, they got the clams in.
Yeah, clam flip. And there's Visit Panoma's still holding a lot of space here. They just don't score in time. Unfortunate.
There's a power clam down in the back, which is, I guess, expired. This game moves too fast.
But yeah, we really need to see a good push from Marine Fate here in the ending part of the game. We're about to go into overtime, and there's 1 down on each side, but they spawn in quickly. Zuka from the Carbon on Marine Fate.
The Carbon Roller could really do some damage here.
Yeah, for sure. We're seeing that right now with the... Oh, Zuka! That was a huge Zuka from the mini. But yeah, they're gonna score.
Did he make it?
Oh, no, he made it. Okay. Yeah, that is a quick overtime win from Marine Fate.
and it's 2-0, which completes the set. That was really close, honestly.
Yeah, insane set.
A lot of times the middle was just constantly flipping, and Visit Panoma couldn't like get enough value out of their turns with the center of the stage. They just they couldn't keep Marine Fate out, and they couldn't get themselves in with their time.
For sure.
All right, next up is Shipshape Cargo Co.
We are getting a BO3 set, so that would be the end of our first set
Oh,
against
okay.
Maritime Fate Visit Panoma. And
Oopsie,
yeah,
3.
Toa by the Marin. But yeah, we will see you in the next set, I guess.
And welcome back to Tristrike Tuesday. It looks like the set's already over with a 2-0 win over Game and Watch. No, that's probably just
Oh my God.
yeah, that's probably just a mess up. There we go. All right.
Yeah. Gonna start out with, I presume to be a Hagglefish Zones game, but I
I
mean, we don't know for
really
sure.
hope it zones. Clams is a
Lamb's
little
Haggle is
funky.
so chaotic.
Yeah. What was I gonna?
Actually, this will be a Clan Blitz game, so yeah, we get to see some weird flanks, some fun little ramp maneuver, and yeah, Hagglefish
It's
Clams is
exciting.
definitely, yeah,
Makes
for
for good
sure.
content. Also, happy Tri-Strike Tuesdays 50. People really like multiples of 5 for some reason.
Whoa, we got a tent
Ooh,
mini comp on the Game and Watch backlist and cooler list from Game and Watch versus Bulbasaur has a double shooter with a sploosh. I'm very interested to see how this works out.
weirdly, despite having less range, I feel like I see Sploosh being more aggressive than Splash. It feels a little contradictory for some reason.
Sploosh is definitely such a menace on the battlefield. If you,
They're,
speaking of the Sploosh
they're
with the
already,
flank,
they're already on the
oh
other
my God.
side.
That's the favorite Sploosh flank, is just going in there and being a worm.
They had to have planned that
That's the
while
solo
they were
queue
making the comp.
mindset.
Yeah, Headit's already at not 8-7 clams, so they could probably get
Yeah,
another power clam right around now.
Bulbasaur's definitely has so many clams, and Game & Watch is 2 down. So we could really see a good push here. There's a crab popped on the Bulbasaur side, and I could definitely see a score happening
Oh,
here.
oop. Headit
Yeah.
breaks through. Well, not doesn't really break through. There wasn't a lot of competition. But they lose a power clam. The sploosh
Blue
is
scores and
on.
does a hammer, getting a double, getting a triple with the hammer throw. Oh my goodness. And then another hammer from the Wiper gets another one.
They
Wiper
could
and
get a
Bucket
knockout
in a
right
1v1,
here.
but die. Yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
damn. Speaking of a lockout.
knockout.
Oh my God. Fastest climb game in the world. And I mean, a lot of that was just really good special placement. That sploosh just being a menace and instantly getting like Game and Watch kind of scared.
Game and Watch didn't even have any time to make it anywhere. They were just getting bombarded. It probably overwhelmed them a little bit.
For sure, and it didn't really seem like they had a good, I mean, comp to deal with the double hammer, and especially with the crab, because a lot of hammer sort of counters, besides like shooters, are not super great in the crab, and so they really had a thought out comp there that really worked towards their advantage.
Granted, once you pick one of the order weapons, your fate's already kind of sealed in the eye of the fate.
Um, Well, our next match will be on Robo Zones. So we should see a very interesting. I'm assuming that they're still gonna stick with the sploosh because that sploosh can still really be a worm in this map. And Wiper's also super good behind the ledges, and very interested to see maybe a slower game.
The sploosh just held that thing with so much confidence and ran with it. They probably had a million hours of practice on that.
For sure. But yeah, Robo being at least one of my personal favorites, Dreadringer is super good on this map, depending on your positioning, and so I always have a fondness for this map, and I'm very interested to see the menacing crab on glasses and snipes, and just seeing that heavy edit also doing really well. Because, I mean, I don't know if their edit got much, like, I guess,
Play.
talking points from us.
They did get a couple of power clams. I just want to say the reveal trailer for Robo Ramen had Harmony in it, and that makes it the best map of all time, actually.
Exactly. Going in with the team, there's a Luna Blaster replacing the Sploosh on Bulbasaur and a Crab Splatana on Game & Watch. Two very interesting picks, but I mean, Luna's playing it very patiently, gets a trade on the bucket, like instantly, and there's a Wiper in pit, which we'll see if he gets punished, but it seems like he got the 10th, so not much punishing comes from there.
There was a bubble in the zone for about half a second before it got taken out. I didn't even see what happened. And
Yeah.
going from what happened in that first set, I think we might be seeing another getting too confident.
For sure.
The zone's getting flipped a lot.
Yeah, we're really just in a going back and forth trade, and there's not a whole lot going on, but Hammer going on the choke, but they're 2 down on both sides. Another Hammer, which might on
Just
gets a pick on Game & Watch.
Bulbasaur out, and if Game & Watch plays this right, 2 down. They could actually take it right now, put some penalty points on the board. Okay.
Yeah, Game & Watch gets the zone flip and a ton of space. Bulbasaur is forced to back way up.
30 penalty points is nothing to sneeze at.
For sure. Hammer on zone, but that gets no one because I don't know, the Zimmy was just doing some crazy stuff there, but Bulbasaur gets a zone flip right after Game & Watch gets the lead. Maybe they had the lead already. I don't really remember. But we will be seeing a lead flip from Bulbasaur. And they are holding a ton of space. There might actually be a wipeout here. But the bucket spawned in just in time.
At points like these, the penalty points don't really matter that much. But now that Bulbasaur has such a huge lead, and Game & Watch is so pushed back into their side, it might actually be the death of them if they can even get
this game might be over unless this Zimmy gets a really good push here, but they just don't have enough paint. Oh wait, yes they do! Game & Watch gets a quad! And gets the zone flip and holds a ton of space now. That was a huge play.
I wish we could get a replay of that. I want to see who did that.
Yeah, and then Bulbasaur comes back because there is a triple on Game & Watch, so zone flip is indeed back, and just really trying to hold that space, drain down those penalty points. The Zuka gets countered Zuka and gets killed by the 10. We're gonna see a zone flip here, yeah. And there are 2 in pit, so those might get punished. But there's a pincer from the Wiper. That gets 2 down. Holy value. And gets another with Hammer, 3 down on Game & Watch.
This is just so chaotic, and with how much is going on, I don't think Game & Watch can keep the zone for long enough to get rid of their penalty.
Oh!
Crab goes down!
Yeah, Crab gets destroyed by the Wiper. Huge play by the Wiper player on Bulbasaur.
The rest of their team does not look like they're in good positions. The one in pit goes down. So now they're all back on their side, and the penalty points are almost out. Knockout!
Yeah, we're gonna see Bulbasaur knock out here. It's a really good stat, but 2-0 from the Bulbasaur. Kinda figured that one out at the beginning of this set.
These groups are going by fast.
For sure. super fun to see. Just the back and forth crazy plays and yeah. But yeah, that was a really good set. It was really fun seeing the sploosh there, the double hammer comp, and seeing that work out against Game and Watch. Bulbasaur definitely played that super well.
Yeah, they had a less diverse comp, but they made it work. Despite Bulbasaur, I'm pretty sure most of the time being a lower tier than Game & Watch, at least when Bulbasaur was a separate character.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a Smash Bros.
Well,
Reference. I don't think anyone got it.
nah, I'm too tired to think about Smash Bros. I wanted to make a bunch of Smash Bros. References in here, but it was right there. But that's okay.
I got it out before the set ended. That's great.
Yeah, speaking of which, we will be closing out this set and we'll be awaiting you guys soon for round 3 of Tristrike Tuesday.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty, welcome back to Tristrike Tuesday, and we are in round 3 on Mahi's clams, I presume, but it might be zones. Actually, no, it's most likely Mahi zones. Against, he's reaching for his ink back, which is actually a very interesting pickup consisting of 2 Div 4 players and 2 Div 8 players, so I'm interested to see how that goes. Versus the other team is we got our W Chase 24/7 fan club. And we'll see if they're a true Chase fan, maybe whipping out a Dooley's somewhere in there. Could be a very interesting set to watch from both sides.
Don't make fun of me. Who is Chase?
Chase is a YouTuber who is really just a Tetra main, but we do not see a Dooley's. I'm disappointed. But we do see Umbrella on Chase 24/7's side and a double sword comp from Inkback, because that's just what I'm going to refer to them now, because it's too long.
And I guess we can call them fan club.
Yeah. But yeah, just really seeing a nice opening from both sides. No real picks, but Aspas goes down on fan club side. And that's gonna get a Inkback zone flip.
The zone is being pretty heavily contested. There are 10 missiles ready. Ultra Stamp goes out, but Inkback is getting a surprising lead already. Which
yeah, there's 2 down on the fan club side, and it's gonna be really hard for them to recover. But Mahi's one of those maps where it's a small zone, so really anything can happen.
The water level is already down, and Inkback is probably gonna get a knockout. They have a ton of space, and they're majorly in the lead.
Yeah, they're really dominating here. But yeah, 2 down on Inkvac's side, and we might see a zone flip. But, oh, Inkvac striked. Ah, it's too late, though. But yeah, zone flip from Fan Club, and that gets 61 penalty points for Inkvac. But we know with penalties how fast that can go. But there's 2 down on Inkvac's side. The pen is actually dead, so they might have a hard time pushing here. Fan Club whips out of Inkjet from the Sorella Umbrella. Really just gets that scare value. There's someone from Inkvat flanking all the way behind. It's the Wiper, but we're gonna see him get punished real quick. There's a zip from behind, but didn't get much value either. And we're really just watching Fan Club here dominate.
Fan Club is getting a crazy amount of points, which didn't really look like it would be the easiest thing in the world. If they can get a lead before these
Strikes on zone
come out. Oh, the zone is being majorly contested.
They just barely.
They just barely get the penalty points, which
Blosher gets a really nice kill on the bat. Yeah, continue.
Granted, we are only halfway through the match. This is still anyone's game.
For sure. Wiper gets a trade. Sorry, Stamper gets a trade. Yeah, it's really just being a... Oh, pen down on Fan Club side, and we might see a really good push from Inkback coming here. Zone flips, so that's a good sign. They keep their lead, and you can really just see how this hold unfolds. Stamper going all the way right to Island, but decides not that. Okay, there he goes up. Contesting the Brella.
Stamper was just flying around the map after that, even after the Zipcaster. The zone flips back to Fan Club. This is just a penalty point match at this point.
Watching a very interesting trying to grab Cooler, but Booyah, super helpful Booyah, canceling the hammer. And the Brella's back, so it's a really good trade as well. But those missiles were huge coming from Fan Club. And Fan Club gets the lead. So we might see a zone flip here from Inkvac. 2 down on Fan Club side.
Right as all the specials come out too, and Inkvac got the zone back. If they could have just gotten that like 10 seconds sooner, although I know how hard that is.
Can we talk about what the poor pen on Inkvac did or on Fan Club did to deserve that stamper treatment? Like, he got backed all the way up in the spawn. Did not, like, that was not necessary.
And now it looks like what Inkvac was doing to Fan Club just a minute ago, Fan Club is now doing to Inkvac. They're letting Inkvac go right down to the point of almost being out of penalty points before taking the zone back. But now that Fan Club is 2 down and Inkvac is pretty close to losing their penalty points, this could actually be an overtime win.
Yeah, Inkvac pops Cooler, Fan Club pops a Booyah Bomb, which gets them an entry tool, and there's missiles. We see the zone is... Oh my god! Right before the strikes, Fan Club gets a zone flip and wins the game. What a great overtime push with the Booyah and the missile.
Somehow, again, if the specials were just ready a few seconds earlier, they might have actually been able to pull something out of that. Fist bump.
But yeah, it was a super fun game to watch. Yeah, I can tell that this set's gonna be super exciting. Like, but
I am begging for a game 3. I'm at my desk on my hands and knees praying right now.
this would be super fun if we had our first game 3 with a really fun set here.
So Manta Clams, Manta Clams is actually like really small. It's cramped when you're not climbing up walls, and the basket is.
And
Yeah.
the basket is, I don't know. I was just gonna say, like, I could really see Sorella doing really well here. With that, like you said, the cramped space, and yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see that.
Any good Brella at least might actually be able to do something here. Just with the protectiveness of the Brella being able to. I'm imagining right now a Brella popping out on like their side of mid, and then pushing through to the other side, just protecting everyone and letting them get clams as they try to get picks off and get through that center.
For sure.
Is this match almost starting?
Yeah, the match is most likely gonna start, and I really am still hoping for Chase 24/7 Fan Club to whip out a dualies of some sorts, because it's a little sad you can't have a Fan Club without the weapon.
I remembered who Chase was.
I mean, it's better late than never. Yeah, we will see how this match goes whenever it... Please start. Like, I don't know. Maybe because it's taking so long, we might see a comp switch. Ooh. But here we go, going into the first game. Octobrush on Fan Club's side, and a Dreadringer on Inkvac, my goat. Oh my goodness.
Has Dreadringer always been as popular as it has been recently?
Honestly, I think most of it's come from the resurgence of, like, I don't know, Chara is very helpful for that. It's really not a super difficult weapon, and so it's definitely used a lot in low level. But we are seeing here Inkvac really using that pain advantage from the Dread and getting a lot of space here, even if there's not many kills. Heavy Edit's doing really well watching the flanks, though, especially on the left side. And Drops, actually, himself gets the pick on the Dread. And Vac is 3 down. It's just the shot on left side.
I was
They
about to make a
seem to maybe die here to the pro.
I was about to make a comment about how the zone was being completely uncontested.
But we got a decent amount of clams from Fan Club here. Missiles online whenever we might see that. Two down on Fan Club side though. We might see a choosing not to score until now is a very interesting choice. But getting that kill is also very helpful for team just not losing much space.
They do get the points though, not much more than that, and again, you have to consider giving the other team a pity clam.
For sure.
The other fan club does already have another power clam. They break
Yeah, and we're gonna score again.
their space was pretty. They had a lot of space there. It's honestly a little unfortunate that they couldn't make any use of it. The pro already has more clams. They are just keeping the clams constantly coming through. Say that 5 times fast.
Exactly. I didn't even notice that there was an S-Class top left on Inkvac snipe. It was very good positioning by them, and it's unfortunate that the wiper noticed and wasn't able to do much.
I don't think I've ever really seen anyone go up on that side, even if it's the team's spawn side.
Yeah, it was a really nice stop by Inkvac, but the brush comes in and gets two before dying himself.
Clams are
Yeah,
just not. The clams are just not flowing when it comes to Inkvac. They're broke, honestly. Not a single one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think more of it's just trying to hold the space from Fan Club just pushing so aggressively because they have such a fast-paced comp versus the like backless double sword with the dread.
Fan Club has had a lot of very aggressive, very fast pushes. I feel like as Inkvac tries to recuperate from the loss of one push, Fan Club is already ready for another one.
Exactly. That really is most of how, honestly, like low and mid-level, like especially really close together matches is if you need to be able to push fast because this is a very fast-paced game and you need to be able to take it. There's a quad from Fan Club. I wasn't even paying attention. They're gonna get so much space here, score a ton, and I mean we might even see a KO depending on how well this goes for Fan Club. Ooh, but the heavy edit got cornered.
I'm getting less and less confident as in a game 5 as this goes on. We are 4 minutes in, 1 minute left, and if Inkvac wants to take this back, they're gonna have to get 46 points. It's not very
it's not very reasonable, especially since how Inkvac's playing currently. They're just not taking advantage of the space, and they have really no real clam economy up until now. The wiper goes for the flank, but gets punished by the brush. We'll see them trying to get the ball back here, but they really need to get it now, or otherwise they won't have an overtime push. And he just misses it. They really need to get clams now then. Oh wait, no, they have the pity. It's okay.
It might not be. They just went 3 down.
Yeah, they're just not taking advantage of the space.
We do have 2. Oh, what was that? I don't know what that was.
Yeah. Fan Club really is just punishing them though. And gets the quad. That's the end of the game.
Wow, that
What a game.
That was a little disappointing. Not a disappointing match. It was still a very fun match, but after how close the last one was, I feel like Inkvac kind of just became defeatist. That's the only explanation I could have for it. You can't let that happen to you. You can't.
For sure.
I lost my train of thought again.
But really dominant set coming from Chase 24/7 fan club, and very interested to see how brackets go.
Yeah. We aren't
But
gonna be there though, right?
yeah, we're gonna be signing off. So it was a super fun time. Really enjoyable groups to watch, and stick
Happy
around for the
first
rest of the tournament. But yeah,
happy first time commentating for both of us, actually.
yeah, for sure. Very fun time, and yeah, see I guess come
Bye.
back with the content after this short break.
Welcome, everybody, and we are back with Tristrike Tuesdays number 50, not 45 like the graphic says. Don't worry about it, we'll change it, probably, I don't know, not up to me. I am Topic, joined by Madison, and for you today, we have a very, very interesting matchup. We have Heaven Forbid. Now, Heaven Forbid what? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Versus Saturday Night Speedo. And Madison, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm enjoying my Tuesday night. I got my wisdom teeth out, and I got my wisdom teeth out on Thursday, and so this is good to ease back into it, I guess. Ease back into talking. And I have a question for you. What is a Speedle? You told me that you thought it was a Streetle, like the Mario Kart car. So I'm just confused now. I gotta Google this now.
I mean, yeah, well, you can look up what a Speedle is as we getting straight into the match. Both these teams just raring to go. And a very interesting one, Clams on Hagglefish. Not one you see very often. You know, I'm here for it. I'm here for the different changes. And right away, Heaven Forbid, a good start. You see the Pop the Crab right away alongside that Cooler. So maybe a very aggressive start along with the Zuga. A lot of specials coming out in the court. Fortunately, they are able to get a couple, but not without getting down along with the hammer, getting a very, very nice pick here. And a Flip of Fate will allow Saturday Night Speedo to get back into mid. But Jazz here on the edit, just being this anchor that Heaven Forbid is using a really, really good job of making sure that they have somewhere to jump to at all times.
It's been a complete ink bath in mid, and no team has been really able to get a solid hold or a solid push in. They've been popping these specials, like the crab comes out from the charger, and then one goes down on each side. It's just been trade after trade, and just no progress has been made for either team.
Yeah, that can be kind of the hindrance on this memo in particular, is because you have a very, very tall mountain to climb, especially with, like you said, that charger up on the tent, or heck, the heavy edit on the tent, just making it kind of hard to make progress. You see right here, Heaven Forbid is able to get one, looking for a second, is able to get the second, but can they get off of that more? But they cannot, as 3 go down in a punish. And now with this very fast comp that Saturday Night Speedo does have, we'll be able to get something going. You see the hammer, or Sauce going in with the hammer, not quite able to get a lot forward, but another one going down as well. 2v2, and it looks like Saturday Night Speedo will be stopped just short. The crab trying to have that fire to kind of lock down the heavy edit is going to work, but not for long, because as quickly as that push started, it has been shut down, and Heaven Forbid kind of clamping up and clamping down, I should say, and making sure that Saturday Night Speedo cannot score anything.
Yeah, I mean, the Reef Slider came out, they were in their base for I'd want to say 30, 40 seconds, and nothing scored. It just goes to show how difficult it is for teams to be able to push up on that ramp and just really break through that defensive hold that Heaven Forbid has been providing. And we see the Tetra is trying to flank, and 3 go down on the side of Saturday Night Speedo. This is what Heaven Forbid needs in order to get some point on the board.
Yeah, they need that and the clams. You see that Heavy Edit has the most at the moment, but they do just now get the ball. Booyah's bomb is going to be popped and thrown. You see a crab as well at top of the tent, able to get one, looking for even more, putting pressure on both the Wiper and the Sniper, trying to get that down, not quite able to get it. Able to save the basket at the very last second. Zuka as well, shooting up above the basket, looking for the tent detect there, as you saw, but they are going to get away. But even after all that pandemonium that was caused, Heaven Forbid only got to 71, not the push you're looking for, but even then, they are still putting up a lot of pressure with the help of this S-Blast, with the help of this Dewey just kind of being a distraction. They are doing that, but we're going to see if Saturday Night Speedo can kind of just clamp down like what Heaven Forbid did to them earlier.
And, I mean, Saturday Night Speedo, they have a crab, they popped it. It seems to be a little late because 2 of them went down before they could get it out. And now it's Heaven Forbid's time to push again in a row. And the crab comes out for Heaven Forbid, and it's just locking down the position. And a lot of points now on the board for Heaven Forbid. And we'll see how Saturday Night Speedo is retaking mid now. And it seems like they're going to be able to gather some clams. I mean, they have some specials. I think that this could be their chance to try and make a counter push. And the S-Blast gets like a triple. Okay, I don't think it's gonna be a counter push from Saturday Night Speedo, unfortunately.
Yeah, Lemon just shut down. They got rid of both their engaging specials, both the strikes and the right free slider. So now, like a bit of deja vu, Saturday Night Speedo is back up in their base. There's a Booyah Bomb and a Zuka as well, just hammering over on this ramp. It is going to get one. However, one will go down, so that will slow them down just a second here. It is able to get a lot more Lemons going, and they're going to go down as well. So very, very nice job by Saturday Night Speedo not letting this push go any further. But now, if you're them, you have to go immediately. And Sauce in a great spot. They pop the hammer, able to throw it, not quite able to get anything out of it though. They are going to be forced back just a little bit here. Just a lot of pandemonium you see at the moment on this ramp. Avery gonna go down, 3 members down for Saturday Night Speedo, and that will do it, I believe. Yeah, both the balls are gonna explode right there. You're gonna see their pity at the top is the last hope that they have, but that time is ticking. They have about 15 seconds before they are done for. 2 members are going to be down for Heaven Forbid, looking for even more. It's just the one with the Zuka. This may be it. His time is not their friend. Able to score it. No, they're not. 1 second too late for Saturday Night Speedo to score, get on the board, but in my opinion, even if they scored, that really wouldn't have done a whole lot, because you saw they only had that pity and maybe 5 or 6 extra clams, so they had to get down to 38 points remaining to get that lead. They just didn't have enough. So shout out Heaven Forbid, a very, very nice basically lockout against Saturday Night Speedo there.
Yeah, and at the start of the game, it seemed like it could be anyone's game for quite a while, because, well, there was just a lot of trades, not much pushing, and then Heaven Forbid had great defenses throughout that whole game. Even when Saturday Night Speedo was in their spawn, they were able to still defend and make sure no points were scored. And now we're left with the question is, what does Saturday Night Speedo have to change in order to succeed in this set? And what I think is going to be important for them is the mode, because now we're moving on to Splat Zones on Crab Lake Capital, and you don't need to gather a clam economy in Splat Zones, you just need to control mid, and then I think Saturday Night Speedo will be able to succeed more because the objective isn't so, I'm not sure what the word is.
Static?
Moving? Yeah, it's more static, so it's going to be, this is a better chance for Saturday Night Speedo.
Yeah, and I do want to kind of add on to that, is that I don't think a lot will change with Saturday Night Speedo's comp. Maybe swap out the wiper, but even then I couldn't see that sticking. Like, they had the crab charger, very good, long range map. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if they switched to E-Leader to take advantage of that. They had the wiper, very, very just good frontliner. I like that. They have their 2 real aggressors, or their 2 real engaging weapons, being the Tetras and the T-Tech. I think those 2 are possibly going to stay, mainly because you can use that Reef Slider to get past the zone and kind of get your wiper in, and you can use the strikes to kind of add on to your lead there. But for Saturday Night Speedo, or for Heaven Forbid, I think honestly throughout a majority of that first game, it felt like they were in court, the enemy court, the entire time. They didn't have to worry a lot, because Saturday Night Speedo, they didn't really flank a whole lot. They didn't use that left and right side to their advantage, so they didn't really go there. So if you're Heaven Forbid, you can just kind of stick with what you got, and I called it. Yeah, there's the leader, and very interestingly, going with the heavy edit. So that, I can see how that would work, trying to have that supportive weapon for both your splash and your splash and bucket, your main frontliners. But now you gotta worry about this aggressive, because that S blast can do a lot of damage, because once they get in, they're not getting out that easily.
And the leader goes down on the side of Saturday Night Speedo, but so did the dudes that flanked them. And it's important to note that Saturday Night Speedo, also call them Speedo, they're running a very slow comp. I mean, the splash, when they're in crab, they're going to be basically immobile. And so, I mean, Saturday Speedo's going to have to play for just holds and lockouts. And now that they have the zone, this is their chance to get a crab, get set up on the grates, and we'll see if they can hold this push from Heaven Forbid.
Yeah, and that's a good start. Boogie Bomb's coming out, but they will be able to quickly pin over that. Another crab inside of Heaven Forbid to coming in from this left-hand side here, trying to affect the zone, is able to at least get it neutralized to the S-Blast. Lemon going in, trying to get him, but they're not. They're going to go down. And it was like just one from Heaven Forbid. The Dualies trying to flank around, just keep a distraction. It is going to work for a second, but not for long, because the more they do this, the more the clock is ticking for Saturday Night Speedo, able to get down to 55 points remaining and more. But if you're Heaven Forbid, you're in a good spot here. You pop the Booyah Bomb, you got the zone, but unfortunately not able to get anything else around the zone. So basically, this may be a chance for Saturday Night Speedo to get right back in the zone like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it seems like Heaven Forbid was able to cap and add some stalling to it. And I'd say what Heaven Forbid wants to do is they want to lock out Saturday Night Speedle, because it's going to be hard for them to drop, because they have a lot of weapons that aren't going to be very good dropping from their plat. And I mean, Speedle doesn't have that many resources to push in right now. They have strikes, and the strikes come out, and the pencil goes down on the side of Heaven Forbid, but the zone still isn't flipped. It looks like the lead does flip.
Yeah, the lead does flip in favor of Heaven Forbid, but if you're setting Speedo, you did get the zone cap. Now, I think their biggest goal here, push up on this great tier, because now you have Miser and the Dewey just able to sit up there, like you see right there, and pick off from above, and eventually drop when they have the advantage, as you see right here, getting a lot of shots down on one member along with the Booyah Bomb and the Crab. A lot of players coming out, a lot of displacement, able to get at least a member down on the side of Saturday Night Speedo and the zone back. There's a lot of fighting going down. You see Miser gonna go down, but getting a trade, very, very helpful for Heaven Forbid's cause here. Another one as well. So Heaven Forbid will turn this around, and when I see this right now, I'm looking at that pencil. That pencil can just hold space and keep them back. S-Blast doing a great job. Suzuka coming in as well to kind of protect or help them alongside some chip damage. Dooley is going to have crap in a second. So this will be a very, very dangerous for Saturday Night Speedo, because like you said, they have a very slow comp. They have to kind of wait and build to get in. But with how fast Heaven Forbid can move, that little waiting period could be like the death of them, like you see right there.
Yeah, they tried to rush in with their specials, but it just wasn't enough, and the fighting power that Heaven Forbid had was able to just counter it. And now there's just going to be less attempts to paint the zone, and I'd be surprised if they can get it. Yeah, and that's the set 2-0 in favor of Heaven Forbid. And so I really like that interesting comp by Speedle. I thought it had a lot of... it's very thought out. It's pretty interesting. It's just kind of unfortunate that they kind of struggled to retake with how slow their comp was. I mean, if you have the Crab up, the only person that's going to be able to fight up front is the Slosher, and then you're fighting 3 weapons that can fight up front, it's going to be really hard to get back in. But it seemed like it was sort of working out until it didn't work out.
Yeah, and I think that is kind of their Achilles heel. There is that once the enemy kind of gets past, once that crab runs out, right? Once those strikes run out, once that heavy edit stops firing, then you're kind of left on an island, basically, where you have there 3 aggressive weapons. You have an S-Blast, you have a shot, you have a Dewey's that can just rush you down, and you're either forced to jump out or go down and give up a lot more space. Either way, you're giving up space to the enemy team, and Heaven Forbid did a really, really great job of kind of capitalizing on that and capitalizing on the coolers that the pen got from basically playing safe. I think the pen went down like 3 times that entire game. That's very helpful. Just keeping them up, keeping them safe, and keeping those frontliners in is what helped, is what pushed Saturday Night Speedo back, and is what helped Heaven Forbid win this set. But with that, that'll be it for our first round of top bracket. But don't go anywhere, because after this very quick break, we'll be back with round 2 in a few minutes.
Hello, valued customer viewer. We are back with Tristrike Tuesday, round number 2 of the gold bracket. And we're seeing Disguised versus Visit Panoma. And, so Disguised, their last set took just a little bit. And I was gonna make a joke, but I couldn't make one in time involving the team name and then having a long set, unfortunately. And I'm joined by Topic. I am Madison, so yay.
Yay. You know what? It's great to be here because we have, like you said, Disguise versus Visit Panama. I don't know if it was supposed to be Visit Panama, but I will say it because it's just so close to Visit Panama. So if I say that and the members of Visit Panama are watching, it's not intentional. But what is intentional is this game. We are starting off on Zones Macklemore, a very classic, I will say, and very not classic for Visit Panama. Roller plus Luna Blaster. Not weapons you see very often on zones, especially combined, but I think because of this dread, I think it will help with that paint just a little bit to get that roller, and like you see right there, roller getting 1. But it's gonna be a bit of a challenge, especially with this flank that you see from Disguised.
Yeah, and Roof Slider comes out from the Dapples. I can't read the name. And 2 Reef Sliders? Okay, Reef Slider back to back. And it seems like Panama has been able to have pretty decent control so far, especially with their comp. And it's pretty interesting that their comp does not have a shooter. So it's pretty atypical from comps we've seen now. But yeah, so the cooler comes out on the side of Disguised, and it just seems like they're not able to move up. It seems like we have that roller. I can't read that name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like you said, they're having a really hard time getting in. You see the Roof Slider coming out from the Dapples, able to at least neutralize, but not able to get it. And these specials are a bit kind of one after another, not kind of using them together to get that cap. And unfortunately for them, Disguise are going to lose this game. Wait, hold on. I may be wrong at the last second. That Dread is able to get 1. Bucket v Bucket in zone, trying to paint, or Pencil is going to be there as well. 1 tick remaining. They are going to get it and Visit Panama, a very dominant game. I think they used this map very well to their advantage. They used the ledges, like you saw with the roller and the Luna, just sitting underneath the snipe area and on freezer and shooting up, getting a ton of damage, forcing enemies back, getting kills as well. And I think Disguised, they had the skeleton of a good push going, right? They had the Reef Slider and they had the strikes, but they felt disconnected because Reef went in, got paid over immediately, had to jump out. Then strikes went in. So, paid over immediately, push, dead. 2 specials, use, you got nothing from there, right? So I think it was a bit disorganized there because if you use the Reef plus the strikes, that could have been a really easy zone cap. Yes, you have trouble holding it after that, but you're at least able to cap it because like we saw Visit Panama, they were just waiting. They were just lying in wait while they while Disguise made the mistakes, and they were the ones that managed to get the win. But we're gonna see if they can continue this to game number 2, was going to be Clan Blitz, Barnacle and Dime. And honestly, I like it for Visit Panama here too.
I'm looking forward to see if Panama is running that Luna Blaster Neo again, because I just think, I mean, it's a cool weapon aesthetically, and it also kind of just bulldozed through Disguise alongside the roller, but there's not as many ledges on this map compared to Mako, so I'm not really sure how that will play out if in more of an open map type situation.
Yeah, and I think for Visit Panama, I'm more looking for right underneath Plat. that's where a lot of front ends like to go. Like myself, I play blasters. That's where I like to go. For the other side, I could see the roller going into the enemy street to kind of go from the backside of plat, try to kind of collapse through mid. That could be very, very useful. Now, if you're a disguise, you have the Booyah Bomb. You have, it looks like they're switching it up very, very heavily here. Actually, no, both of them opting for the Horns Dreadringer. Now, that is interesting. I like Crab here. I just don't know how I feel about it for both sides. I think Crab's very useful, especially if you look at the rest of the Disguise comp. They have they have the whale and they have the missiles. Both very, very helpful for this side of Visit Panama. Two weapons, still they have the Roller and the Luna. You see they're trying to go in with this Crab right here, fortunately for them. Disguise kind of switch up in weapons. R is going to stop them for now, but not for long. Crab going down as well. Two members down for Disguise. And Visit Panama, this very frontline, very aggressive type of comp with this Roller, with this Luna, are going to put him in a good spot to get the first score of the game and another Crab.
Yeah, and the bubble comes out from the roller, and it seems like Panama's going to have a great push, and we see that roller still in the bubble. They're having pressure. They're moving under the ledge alongside the blaster blast. Koryeki gets a pick on the dapples, and well, the roller goes down, but the push still remains, and there's a DC. But I don't think they can replay because it's past 50 on the score, so that's just really unlucky for Disguise. I don't know how they're going to win this.
Yeah, I believe the DC rules are yet to be above 50 points, and unfortunately for them, Visit Panama just got underneath that 50-point mark before the DC happened, so they will have to play it out. And unfortunately for Disguise, it looks like Visit Panama will just try to end this as quick as possible. 8 points remaining, 3 clams left. Roller trying to go in here, try to get something. They're not able to do a Koryeki, and the Dread as well, able to just support the last member to get those clams in, and very, very unfortunate timing for Disguise with that DC. But even before that DC happened, it felt like Visit Panama had complete control over the entire map. They got the first picks, they got the plat, the Crab was very helpful, they got the bubble in, and they just kind of added onto their lead. It's just very unfortunate for Disguise there that the DC happened right after Visit Panama got to 50.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate DC there. But I wanted to point out that the blaster was camping under that ledge in, like, spawn of Disguised, and the roller was there too on the top right there, holding space, and it just really enabled them to push a lot, get a lot of points in, and it's getting their points in that, like, it let them win the game because they scored enough before the DC happened, so props to them. And now we'll move on to the next set because it's ready. Let's go. I guess we're back on time.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be back on time indeed. The next set, it appears, is ready to go. And very interestingly here, at least looking at the seeds, it'll be the number 2 seed in Anarchy Stars versus the number 26. Mind you, very, very, large gap there in, at least seeding pre-tourney, making it all the way to semis with their run, looking to continue this going with Silly Pickup. So, very interesting match here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Silly Pickup and who they fought during groups, and they actually fought Speedle. They fought Speedle in groups, and Silly Pickup lost to Speedle. And so, despite that, they've made it further than Speedle, so it's just kind of a silly situation, you could say.
Yeah, like most people know, if you watch sports or if you play video games in a competitive setting, you can only play who's in front of you. So maybe it was just Silly Pickup got a better draw or faced into opponents that their comp or their playstyle was just naturally better against. That's what kind of led them forward. Unfortunately for Saturday Night Speedle, they just got the wrong side of the coin. They flipped tails. Nothing really to say about that.
So now that we're in the semifinals of the tournament, it's going to be best of 5. The graphic isn't best of 5 yet, but I'm sure that the lovely green is working on it. There we go. Speak of the devil, or speak of the green, I guess.
Yeah, there it is. Best of 5. That means we are officially in our semifinals. And for game number 1, not one you see very often, which I have said, I feel like I've said multiple times already. Not one you see very often, but one I actually really enjoy. Clan Blitz Manta Maria, also known as you need the mass. This is mass gameplay in a nutshell. You get mass, you kind of just not win, but you put yourself in a very, very good spot to win.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of of Manta Clam Blitz personally because I just find it so difficult to push that street and actually score clams in the basket. Um, and I'm excited to see how Anarchy Stars fights this underdog silly pickup because Anarchy Stars, if any of you know them, they won Low Ink. They won Low Ink. Was
Ooh.
it 1 week ago?
I believe it was this past weekend.
Yeah, I think it was this weekend. But yeah, so huge props to them, and I'm really excited for this match.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really good one indeed, especially looking at the maps that we have right here. Like you said, for game 1, Clams Manta, game 2, Zones not Mahi, Zones Umami, game 3, another interesting one that isn't really seen that often. Clams on Ramen, game 4, Zones Humpback, and game 5, if we need it. We're going back to Clan Blitz on Crab Lake Capital, but of course, every good set starts at game number 1, Clams Manta Maria, and I personally like it mainly because this map does kind of favor these more wide pushes. The best way I could describe it is you definitely need to get someone on the top left. You get someone on top left, whether it be like a frontliner, like an S-Blast, like a Slosher, heck, even like a 52 or a Carbon. You get someone up there, you can really quickly get to the elbow, which if you defend on this map, very, very necessary because the elbow does directly overlook the basket. So getting that, very important. And of course, as an attacker, you can get your backliner if you have one, like a pen, like a splatling, like a bow, up on the bunker wall. Again, very, very strong spot.
And I do wonder what if these teams are gonna run some sort of anchor on Manta because Manta's not really a good pen map. It's not that strong for chargers because of all the different walls and not really great sight angles. So I think we might be able to see some more edits, but I'm not too familiar with either team's composition so far. I don't think we've seen either of them before. I'm not sure about Block 1 and groups, but yeah. And here we go. Yeah, ooh, a V heavy, and then a bow too.
Ooh,
That's nice.
okay. Very interesting weapons.
Oh,
Oh, it looks like we're not having interesting weapons, as unfortunately there will be a DC. But with that message, I believe it is the host DC, not host DC, that the spectator DC. So very unfortunate. I do not know if the game is still ongoing or if it all has been kind of disconnected. So that's very unfortunate timing there.
uh, well, it doesn't seem like they're redoing the room, so I guess it was just a spectator DC. So not much to talk about. We can pretend fantasy Splatoon right now.
Yeah,
So
we can only like just think about what they might have ran because unfortunately, bad timing.
the bow whipped out hacks and started firing 80 billion point sensors a second, not point sensors, angle shooters a second, and completely destroys everyone. Despite this, they do not gather a clam economy and they lose in overtime of 8 minutes of overtime because they did not make a single power clam. And
Mm.
that is definitely what happened. And we'll definitely see Silly Pickup lose and Anarchy Stars wins 1-0.
I mean, even if we didn't see the game, we can at least look at the comps that they did run and kind of get an idea of what the game plan might be. So for Anarchy Stars, their comp was Dreadringer, Vanilla Wiper, Heavy Edit, or not Heavy Edit, Heavy Splatling, again, not one you see very often, and the Splat Dualies, which from the outset, to me, kind of screams we need to get our wiper in so we can get our free siders off. What I mean by that is if we can get if we get crab on either mass on plat or on bunker wall, that's very strong. We get our wiper in and our dread in for that chip damage to kind of nail the enemy down in a bad spot, have the dualies roll into there and possibly have the heavy edit on the bunker wall. Very strong setup for offense. And on defense, I think their idea is we can have both the Dreadringer and the not bucket, the Dreadringer and the dualies kind of cause chaos in street so that the wiper can go for a flank from jump, from mid, from bunker, and kind of disorient the enemy while the heavy edit, while sitting on the spawn mass, can kind of overlook the basket. That's what I think of their comp, at least in theory. Now, the other side, for Silly Pickup, running a Luna Nouveau, no, Luna Neo, sorry, Luna Neo, Fro Pro, the Twinkles Dualies, and the Inkjet Angle Shooter. I'm interested to see what could have they ran there because I'm curious.
Um, I don't really know. And I'm also really bad at remembering what each team ran. All I remember from Silly Pickup is the Luna Neo and the new bow with the inkjet. And I mean, this is the second time we've seen a Luna Neo, except we don't really see it a second time, I guess.
I mean, I understand. Like, I can understand the pick, especially for this map, because not only can you like just shoot over the ledge wall or the elbow wall, very very big. Hammer, of course, just clears out street. I believe if you throw the hammer, it either like 85 or 95% just covers the bunker, so that's pretty free. If anyone's like even slightly damaged, they just explode in bunker, right? So I think that is kind of why. You can also go top left, like I said before. You can cover the block that leads to the street. You can cover the spawn mass really really well. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, just a couple theories. Of course, we can't see the result of those theories as unfortunately we are not in the game.
The next game we're gonna see is Umami Splat Zones. Or Splat Zones on Umami Ruins. You know, I sometimes wish that more casters like said the full name of maps. Like just like imagine at a tournament and like it's finals and it's like FT Win versus some team that I can't think of. We'll
Moonlight.
just do sure Moonlight. And then the commentator's like, it's time to go to Clamblitz on Museum the Alfonzino, and then everyone will just applaud. Yeah, like
Well, that is
I
a
don't
very very long title or a very very long stage name. So I think it'll be used for special occasions only. I feel at the very least.
want- everyone just says museum. oh, we're going to Clam Blitz on Museum. And it's like, but the D'Alfonzino, it gives a character. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it in a French accent, but it seems French. I mean, all the jellyfish seem French in this game for some reason, I think. Are the jellyfish French? Oh god, what am I choking on?
You know what? I have no idea, but I know the result of that first game. Looks like Anarchy Stars did win game number 1. So we are gonna go to game number 2. Like you said, Umami Ruins Splat Zones. Now, of course, this is a 2-zone map. Top mid, possibly one of the most important points of controlling the map.
Mhm. I mean, on Umami Zones, I like to see when teams push up pretty far past the dome and they get a good lockout. It's always so fun to watch because all those ledges there make it really good for those sharking weapons, and we could see some really cool picks and plays. And so it's one of the few double zones maps. I don't know. I feel like I I think Umami Ruins has got to be my favorite double zones map. I mean, maybe I don't know what my second would be. Undertow Spillway, I guess.
I mean, I know there aren't that many double zones maps. I think there's 4 to 5. I want to say, if I recall correctly, it's not a
Let
lot.
me remember. So there's Umami that has it. There's Undertow Spillway that has it. There's I'm blanking. Is it only those two? Oh wait, Manta. Manta has 2 zones. Not a fun one though.
Oh, Bluefin Depot has 2. Bluefin. Oh yeah, Bluefin Flounder. Like you said, Umami. What else?
Bluefin
What
only
else?
has 1 zone.
Oh, my bad. Yes, you're right. I think because it moves back and forth. Yeah, it only has 1 zone. Yeah. Flounder has 2. Undertow has 2. Manta, and yeah, I think it's just 4. Those 4 are double zoned.
Very. Wait, Lemuria Hub. 5.
Yep, Lemuria. I forgot about that map.
Yeah, well, it's good to forget about it. We don't need more PTSD. I mean, some people like it. Some people despise it. I'd say this community despises it. I'm pretty sure it's banned in Sendokyu.
Really?
Which is, yeah, let me see. So I'll go to Sendokyu settings. I feel like a boomer. I'm failing to navigate sites. Alright, Lemuria Hub is allowed on zones. Let's see if it's allowed on tower control. It's banned on tower control. It's banned on Rainmaker. It's banned on Clam Blitz. It's allowed on Turf War, but every map is allowed on Turf War. And now we are set. And we have a decav on the side of Anarchy Stars from, is that Zuki? And what else can we see? Oh, we see a Luna Blaster from, I can't read the name yet, from Duke Loser. Oh. Ew, no, that's not good.
Oh,
Damn, I guess we won't be seeing the game.
yeah, but that time it was just a communication error. So there's a chance that the room has gone down, if I recall my my error messages correctly. So that is something that I am not sure about. I don't know if the room is still active.
Okay. I think it was just green again. This is tragic. How do I view the chat? Yeah. I guess our caster, the wonderful, magnificent, the gracious Green, is going to fix their Wi-Fi before finals.
Yeah, it looks like we are gonna be forced to, at least for this second game, just take a little bit of, as a step back while these teams, fight it out. Hopefully, Silly Pickup can, make it back to a 1-1, make it a best of 3 instead of going down 2-0, because that's a very, very, very tough hole
Oh,
to
we
climb
already have a
yourself out
third
of.
game.
Ooh, yeah, third game. Anarchy Stars is up 2-0. We're going back to Clan Blitz. Clan Blitz Robo Ramen. I'm interested. Well, first off, if we're going to be able to see the game, but I'm interested in see if they decide to keep what they ran both in the first game and second game, which didn't change at all, I believe, other than that decav that they did bring out for this one.
I don't think we're gonna be seeing. I don't think we're gonna be seeing the set.
That's unfortunate, but it looks like we will not be able to see the semifinals. It's very, 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 very saddening. But, hopefully we will be back for finals. So, unfortunately for everyone here, that will be the end of this set, at least from our perspective, because unfortunately it looks like Green will not be, our streamer will not, unfortunately not be able to join the room. So unfortunately that will be it for semis, but don't go anywhere because we will be back, I'm sure of it, for finals coming up to you after a very, very short, like maybe 7-ish minute break.
Or could it be?
Well, everyone, we told you it'd be a couple minutes, but we are back with Tristrike Tuesdays number 50 with our finals. And you know what? A team we have seen before, Visit Panama and Anarchy Stars, the number 2 seed, who, if I recall correctly, has yet to lose a game this entire tourney, looking to continue that streak. But they have one final obstacle, which is Visit Panama to climb over. But before we get all that, I'm Topic, joined once again by Madison, and we have a very, very interesting set for you today. Visit Panama, the number 15 seed, making it all the way to Grand. Anarchy Stars at this point being the favorites to win the entire thing and looking to stay with that perfect record. Let's see if they're able to do it. But before we do that, Madison, how you doing today?
I'm good, and the match has begun, and there's a roller on the side of Visit Panama. We saw that before, and some very typical comps from both teams. Pencils, mid-range, so I'm gonna see a lot of fighting. And so the dualies here, they're just painting the zone. They're going in against the roller. They kind of get the pick, but both teams are kind of in a neutral position right now. But Anarchy Stars is able to capitalize. They're pushing up more. But Panama's not giving up that easily. It's still pretty neutral. And they cap this by being 2 down.
I mean, yeah, you saw the dualies, they did go and they did get 2 down. The Booyah Bomb is able to go off, but not before the roller is getting 1, getting 2, looking for the triple, is able to get the triple. Just the dually left. They do have crabs, so they can't approach recklessly. That's the problem here. Now, if you're Visit Panama, you see here, they have a roller with the bubble. They can pop it, they do pop it, kind of at least kind of stall them for a little bit longer, but the Reef Slider is going to get canceled. Nice use of the bubble to slow them down and punching it very, very effectively. And you see Visit Panama doing a great job keeping court. The pencil backing up the members, make sure they have space to work with. Nice one there, roller, just using those ledges to their great advantage here. Looking for a second, he was able to get second. Roller going on a bit of a frenzy before going down. Strikes are going to be used, kind of stall them out a little bit longer. But now Anarchy Stars, they have Reef, they have the crab as well, so they have to be very, very careful here. If you're Visit Panama, Reef goes in, is able to flip it completely, but no one's able to follow up on that, so like nothing happened. Visit Panama able to not only get 2 members down, looking for the third, is able to get the third, but they're able to get the zone back and start into the penalty point. So a lot has happened, but Visit Panama is still on top here.
That roller is just sharking on the ledge, and they have another bubble ready. And they've just been doing a great job. And we see Zuki here. Zuki has a Booyah ready. I think that they're going to try to like build more specials to push in. I mean, they used a combination of that Reef Slider and Booyah. The Booyah tries to come out, but it gets canceled, and the Reef Slider goes out, and it's enough to cap the zone, buying just more time for Anarchy Stars to try and regroup and get their game together. And we see that the pencil here, they're just holding a lot of space. They're holding Anarchy Stars back, but 2 go down on the side of Panama. And that's just going to enable, I thought it was going to enable Anarchy Stars to cap the zone, but they still haven't really capped. And now they're down members. Well, they did cap now, but it seems like we're going back into a neutral position, and that's not really where Anarchy Stars wants to be, especially with the roller on top right. The crab comes out from Naughty, able to find 1, but the roller flank distracting, and the crab just didn't get too much value.
I mean, yeah, didn't get too much value. The roller is still going to be in here, along as the bucket going along that bridge. Very, very good spot for them. Booyah is going to be tried to, or used to clear out court. Is able to get 1, but not a whole lot is going to come after. Even looking at this overhead view from this roller jump again, you see that the bridge is still not completely taken over by Anarchy Stars yet. You see the pencil still there. That pen being there, very, very big. You see it's still keeping Anarchy Stars back. It's still keeping them kind of funneled. Cooler plus Booyah Bomb is able to at least clear it out for now, and the members are finally starting to push in and push through the court, but that real choke point has been breached. And there we go, Anarchy Stars, great response, using that Booyah Bomb to get them in, and saving a craft on top of that for any counter pushes. Very, very big from them, as you see right here, just blazing through the penalty points right now.
And missiles came out for Panama, and 2 go down on the side of Anarchy Stars, and 3 go down, and that's going to be a wipeout, I think, unless the dually is stalling a little bit. They managed to find a trade in a 3v1, And so now we have the roller's perspective, and I really want to see this roller go onto the ledge and find more crazy picks that they've been getting. But they have a reef slider. Anarchy Stars is a reef slider, and that's the capping zone. I don't. Oh, and 2 go down on the side of Panama. The zone isn't flipped yet, and the members of Anarchy Star are moving in. The pencil has to back up for Panama, and Naduki finds a nice pick on the pro, and then they get a pick on the roller. Now it's just the pencil. The pencil's down, and this is a chance for Anarchy Stars to lock out. They have a booyah. They have a crab. They're gonna want to use the crab to maybe try and get a pick on the slosher before they can use strikes, and they pop both at the same time. Oh my gosh! A bomb kill from the slosher from Uami takes down the crab, and Anarchy Stars is 2 down, and the strikes him out. 3 down for Anarchy Stars, and the zone flips. That was not the hold that Anarchy Stars was looking for, and they just have to cap for an overtime, but they can't. They're just not enough people in the zone.
Yeah, not enough people in the zone. These wild swings will go in favor of Visit Panama. And with that, giving Anarchy Stars their first loss in the tourney and showing that their armor does have a few chinks in it that you can clearly see. So great job from them. Shout out the roller as well. Just, I believe, got 4, 5, or 6 in a row there to just keep Visit Panama in, to keep them in good spots, to make sure that they pop specials away from the zone, so that they had nothing to cap it by themselves. That's what gave Visit Panama the chance that they need. Yes, Anarchy Stars, they did get in eventually. They did manage to get, I believe, a back-to-back wipeout. But shout out to Visit Panama. They stayed cool, they stayed calm, they stayed collected, and they got the game. But of course, that is not it. And Anarchy Stars has the opportunity here to bring this back to a neutral, best of 3 scenario with game number 2 gonna be Clams on Mako Mart. And I think personally this might help them, but if I'm Anarchy Stars, I am still at least a little bit concerned of the ledges and the roller that Visit Panama is gonna bring here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Anarchy Stars is going to counter that roller. I mean, they didn't have too much AoE. The only thing they had was a Reef Slider, really, to just destroy the ledge, but that can get punished if it's just too predictable. And I just want to shout out to Oami, the bucket, for getting that crucial bomb pick on the crab tank, because that just really enabled them to move up and retake zone. And so I'm excited to see how these teams, maybe Anarchy Stars will change their comp. Maybe they'll bring out the Luna. I don't even think any of them play Luna, but just bring it out to camp the ledges so you can just do something against this roller. Maybe we'll see a point sensor. I'm not sure which one of them would play point sensor though. You know what would be interesting? Wavebreaker Dread. Because Wavebreaker will call out the roller, and also Beacons will show the roller on the map. And so that could be an interesting counter pick, but I'm not sure people really want to run that.
I mean, as a Dreadringer player, I wouldn't want to run that. I think it can be. It has its place, but I think for what Anarchy Stars wants to do with having a Stamper and a Bucket and the dualies, I think that wouldn't really help them out. I think their best bet is to just keep their eyes out and make sure to call out that roller where it's going to be. And we're going to see from Visit Panama what we saw from them in the last set that they've played. Roller Luna, that can work alongside a Tri-Slosher to take advantage of those ledges. On the side of Anarchy Stars, going over to a Wiper, a bit more of that faster, aggressive weapon may be helpful, but so far, Visit Panama are going to be the first ones to go down, but they managed to at least back Anarchy Stars up for a moment.
Yeah, Riv has been finding some nice picks against Panama. When the cooler comes out, and Riv is doing a nice job controlling mid, but it just seems like their teammates are going down, and they might be struggling to hold against these 3 ledge poking weapons that Panama's running.
Yeah, it looks like Visit Panama is able to get the first score of the game. Roller is going to be forced to jump out correctly on the left side of your screen. Just kind of go for a bit of a flank here, kind of cause a distraction. Bucket able to back out, stay alive. And while that's happening, Visit Panama is still scoring, getting one, getting two with the hammer. It's just the Wiper last remaining is going to get a trade out of it, but not before the damage has been done. And Visit Panama got down to 44. What a really, really good push. The excellent uses of the Roller and the Luna causing distractions, kind of separating the members of Anarchy Stars. We're going to see here that they're pushing really quickly, not to be outdone. Nizuki with a very, very nice hammer kick before going down to themselves. Unfortunate timing there, as Visit Panama are going to be two, are going to be another one down, as Anarchy Stars are going to get another score at the basket, along with the strikes to kind of keep them in. Is not quite able to get another one. Two going to go down, looking for that third. The bucket's going to go down, and the basket is open. Clans are going. You see Zevi there, I believe, yeah, getting a couple more in as well. And look how quickly Anarchy Stars has kind of changed the momentum of the game. Even though they didn't get the lead just yet, they're about to right here. Reef to protect it. Very, very nice there, as they're able to get it and possibly keep on going. No, they will be stopped. And Anarchy Stars, very, very, very strong push. We gotta be worried, because Visit Panama, with those weapons that they have, that Luna and Roller, things can change in an instant.
How is Anarchy Stars going to play this defensively? I mean, they just have to be really mindful of the ledges. And we see the Roller here trying to make a play, and the Roller goes down. That's a good defense from Anarchy Stars. So there's just some trades. It's good that they're holding it in neutral. And the hammer kill from Zuki is just going to keep Panama on the back foot. They're not going to be able to take space. They're not going to be able to take the lead back immediately, which is good for Anarchy Stars. They can regroup, think about specials, and Reslider comes out, gets a trade, I think, and we see Lami I think they're just trying to get some specials. They want that cooler to really enable the other ledge poking weapons to move in without being punished. And so the Wiper goes down on the side of Anarchy Stars, strikes enough for Anarchy Stars, but it seems like a bomb, a really nice bomb, and two go down for Panama. And now it seems like it's just been a neutral game, a lot of trades, picks, but no major plays yet. But yeah, now Anarchy Stars went two down.
Yeah, it feels like Visit Panama, they had the opportunity. It was a bit too slow. Maybe they'll decide to speed it up a little bit. See Roller in a good spot. Bucket looking at that ledge there, trying to at least get someone off this snipe. Is going to score, but no follow-up. Let's see if they can get this ball, and Bubble is going to be used to give them a safe entry, and Koreki is going to be just a little bit short. That ball is going to be gone. The Roller forced to back away here. No, they're going to go down instead of backing away. So Anarchy Stars, great job of just slowing down Visit Panama for just a little bit longer to get themselves in and get their own score. But again, I think the problem is that for Visit Panama is that it feels like been a bit too slow on their pushes. Yes, Anarchy Stars basically just gave them a free power clan, but can they capitalize on that is the real question here. Zuki is going to be able to flank, not able to get out of there as we... Yeah, nice shot being called out there. Less than a minute to go left in this game. If you are Visit Panama, you have to push the pace now and get as many points as possible. But right now, Anarchy Stars, they're just getting at all these picks without going down. That's not helping you at all.
Yeah, look at the past clans, they're close to a ball. They have strikes ready. Anarchy Stars strikes ready. They're just holding specials. We have three people on left deck here, and there's someone sharking on left. And the pencil goes down, and this is Panama's chance to push up. But Anarchy Star has two specials to try and counter this. You see the Roller move in. The Roller from Panama gets called out, forced to jump out. The bubble is there, but Anarchy Star can counter that with their specials. Strikes, Reef, everything's coming out at once. But the Roller doesn't die. The Roller is flanking the basket, I think. Is Panama gonna get the ball in? I don't know.
Oh, they might... No, they're not. They're not going to. I think what happened, Anarchy Stars, they stalled them out just long enough to get a score of their own in the enemy basket. It is going to work out, and it is going to get them at least tied up. So bringing us back to a best of 3 set. Anarchy Stars, great job. I feel like what they did really well is they stopped pushes from Visit Panama super well. They kept them at bay. They made sure that they really couldn't get anything going with their roller or the Luna Blaster at any times.
Yeah, we really saw how Anarchy Stars was able to. They were able to keep in mind the roller sharking under the ledges, and I feel like on Mako that's going to be harder for Anarchy Stars to do that, but they still managed, and especially because, well, Panama had 2 like ledge sharking weapons, and they still managed to win. And so this is looking strong for Anarchy Stars that they're able to adapt this quickly to new challenges. And we're seeing kind of a more open map on Mahi Mahi. It's a little cramped, so I think we'll still see the roller. I'm not sure about the Luna though from Panama. And yeah, I mean that end there was crazy. I saw the roller flank, and I just didn't know where everyone was.
Yeah, I think that roller, I'm pretty sure all the members of Visit Panama saw how little time there was on the clock and just wanted to get something going. Unfortunately, I think Anarchy Stars took advantage of that panic and just sent, 2 people there, made them pop bubble probably much earlier than they would have liked to. And when that jump came in, they late, dollar short, didn't make it, but hey, that's in the past. This is the present. We're going to game number 3. Anarchy Stars going back to what they ran game number 1, and for Visit Panama switching over, I believe the only weapon changing is going to be that Fro Pro there. So I think that's very, very helpful for dealing with the crab, a lot of damage here, dealing with the Booyah, a lot of damage there. That's very, very helpful, but can you get in is the problem here. Like I said, very, very short, very cramped map. We see a lot of fighting going down, one down on either side. The Reef is ready and active for any pushes from Visit Panama. You see the Dread just staying alive. Zones be neutral for a second here. Very aggressive up for the roller. Is able to get one before going down. 2v2 on either side, and Anarchy Stars will be the ones to take advantage of it. Strikes coming out as well. Just a lot of pandemonium happening in mid. Like you said, very small map, very cramped, very fight oriented. You win a good team fight, you're good and set to go, but neither team has been able to get that one definitive team fight win.
Yeah, and the crowd comes out for Anarchy Stars, forcing Lamy to just do some crazy movement, gets taken down, but I mean, Panama still has a numbers advantage. They're gonna hold the zone, and if they hold for a little longer, the water's gonna drop in. I think the roller finds a great pick on the pencil on Rev. And the roller finds another one under this ledge. Anarchy Star keeps poking that ledge there, this roller just keeps getting insane value. So now that the water drops, it's really easy for that roller to just shark there. It's getting close to a KO, and Brio comes out for Anarchy Stars. Bubble on ready for Panama. The crowd comes out, the roller's there, and the zone flips.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the zone did flip, but in the meantime, the roller did manage to cancel the crab to kind of minimize any damages there. And if you're in these stars, you have to be at least a little bit, not paranoid, but worried. You can see right there, roller, nice pick, no crab, very, very damaging if you are Anarchy Stars here. But you do have a Reef from Bryn here. If you can use this as alongside this Booyah, that could be a very, very, very deadly push. There's Cooler being popped as well. So this is their chance to push in here and get at least the zone neutralized. Booyah's gonna be popped, trying to at least clear out that left-hand side, going straight for the zone, no kills. They're gonna go down. That's 3 members down, however, for Visit Panama. It's just oomph on the pen here, just staying alive, getting jumps, doing a really great job, but not able to peek the zone enough. Anarchy Stars able to recap the zone and push forward, getting around Snipe and just painting it completely, forcing all these jump outs. They see one member who's called out, just a bucket, trying to stay alive as long as possible. They are going to go down instead, and Anarchy Stars at the last second able to kind of kind of calm themselves down, get the zone, and get a good push going. As you see, they have Booyah and Reef again at the ready.
Yeah, the pro goes down on the side of Panama, and the Reef is ready from Fembrin. And the strikes come out, they don't cap. The Slosher and the... we see Zuki trying to contest and hold off the pro and the pencil. jumps out. The lead is about to swap. We have a Reef Slider to hold the zone. The zone is held. Reef Slider comes out, doesn't find anyone, but holds the zone, and that's the game. And Anarchy Stars is one game away from winning the entire tournament. After kind of a rough first game and a rough start to this, I wonder what they're feeling at FEC right now. Probably a lot of hype, probably a lot of hope. And for Panama, I'd be kind of a little bit stressed out.
I mean, if I was Anarchy Stars, we talked about it earlier before this set. Anarchy Stars, they did just win low ink, so maybe they're still a little bit on that high from 2 days ago. So maybe I'm sure they're calm, cool, and collected. Maybe just add another a knock in their belt. But yeah, like you said, they did come at a really slow start. The roller was kind of being a ledge demon, best way I could put it, and getting 4 or 5 picks from underneath the ledges. They canceled out Crab multiple times. They canceled out the Reef multiple times. They got the pen down, so no cooler. In that kind of let Visit Panama back into that game, get that really, really nicely to 8 points. But Anarchy Stars, they used the Booyah Bomb. They used the Reef Slider together. They got a lot of space all at once, forced Panama back, and it worked out in their favor, and it eventually led them to winning the game. But now, game number 4, potential tourney points on the line if you visit Panama, and we're going to one we haven't seen yet, I believe. Clan Blitz Inkblot Art Academy.
Whoa, that's my reaction to that map. Whoa, I haven't seen it in a while. It's an interesting map. There's really 2 routes to the clan basket, unless you count 3, unless you count the way to bats. But that seems kind of out of the way. I mean, I've seen some of it played, like in North American League. I think there was it Dat Kid that kind of just used brush to flank the bats? I wonder if the roller is going to be doing any of those flanks to just try and disrupt and distract Anarchy Stars, because I feel like Panama's win condition is that roller and getting them into good positions. I think that Anarchy Stars is pretty strong. When I fought them personally on S-Blast, I went 4-16. Not my strongest game, but they were winning a lot of stuff mechanically. So I'm like, you might not be able to brute force mechanics against Anarchy Stars. And maybe they need to play more around sharking and getting those quick surprise kills.
Yeah, but we're gonna see if they're able to do that, as this is potentially
no.
Oh
no!
No! Fortunately, we will not be able to see if this is the final tourney or final game of the tourney, as we have no eyes in the game anymore. So we're just gonna have to basically wait and hope and see what happens from there, because we don't know.
This is so tragic. This is just a true Nintendo moment, guys. Damn.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate, but also from the looks of it, one of the members of, I believe it is one of the members of Visit Panama also DC'd. So we should be able to get right back into it. If I'm seeing things correctly, we should be able to get right back into it.
Rejoin the room, Green. Rejoin the room. I hope we can see it.
Yeah, because these have been really, really close games. Game 1, Visit Panama, they got that really nice hold at the end there to kind of lock out Anarchy Stars. Game 2, Anarchy Stars, you saw that they knew what the roller wanted to do. They caught off those flanks. They caught at the end. They baited out the bubble, got it done. Game 3, Anarchy Stars, they came back. They kind of fixed things up mid game and got them over that finish line. And now game 4, we gotta see it through to the end.
Um, So, Green, did you join the room yet, or are you still trying
Yes,
to
we are back in the room, and we are close to being back into the game. Both these teams, of course, maybe there was a DC as well on, I believe it was the side of, if I recall correctly, on the side of Visit Panama. So they will have a little bit of discussion time, but enough of that. I believe we are set to go. No more delays. Hopefully, no more DCs. Back to game number 4. Anarchy Stars going with a double bucket wiper comp. Makes sense. Take over the legend or take over the stacks. Get to bats really nicely there from the side of Visit Panama. It got you this far. Roller, Luna, stick with it. I like it.
I was trying to shark and get a pick on Zuki here. They were not able to find it and gets flanked and crossfired by Hawken. And so now Anarchy Stars is moving in on Panama's plat, and Hawken finds another pick, which is great. But I don't think they have the clam economy to fully take the plat for a long enough time to actually score. And so now we're just kind of stuck in this Inkblot Clam Blitz game thing where teams struggle to make a push on that really defensible plat.
Yeah, and I think for Anarchy Stars, their biggest boon here is trying to get their clam economy, because they have a ball, but now they're kind of stuck here. Like you said, this kind of choke point is very hard to break through. And when they did break through it, they didn't have a ball in time. Now they have a ball. They have a it's a even men situation here. So now can they break through? That is the question that needs to be answered. And you see the Pen is trying to make the decision here. They do see the crab as well, so they're going to be forced to back away at least for now. Kind of save that ball, live to fight another day. Visit Panama though, they need to try to push this advantage here. They have that crab. Unfortunately, the Luna went down, so now they're going to be forced back again. So that's going to be very, very bad for them in trying to push up, along with the Reef as well, to kind of secure that kill.
Reef's doing a good job of using their range to kind of just log out these areas and defend. And now that a lot of the members of Panama has gone down, they're finally able to score. I don't think that they're going to be able to score many more. 2 clams get in. It's not a huge lead, but it is a good lead at least. And, well, 2 members of Panama go down, and so can Anarchy Stars continue this? They have 2 clams, they score 2 in, the basket is stalled, but it's still a pretty low score for Anarchy Stars. It's not really a safe lead, but I'd say any lead is better than no lead on this match.
Yeah, any lead is better than no lead as well. But again, if you're Anarchy Stars, you definitely want to get under 60 points, because basically now Visit Panama, if they get in, they have another ball to work with. They can get to 60 in an instant. They have the opportunity here. 2 members down. Crab as well. 1 forced to jump away. Cooler is going to be popped from Anarchy Stars. Another one jumped away. You see the plat is clear for now, but those jumps did help out, because now you see that Pen in a really, really good spot there on their, basically by their base, is able to shoot them down, but by the help of the slosher from Hawken as well, is able to at least stop that push before it had a chance to start. It was looking really good, but Anarchy Stars, they clamped up, they got the picks, and that's what gave them an opportunity here to kind of flip that momentum in their favor with a push potentially of their own.
Yeah, and now we see Hawken on the bucket. They have strikes ready. And, Panama does a great job that the Luna Blaster finding a good sneaky pick, and 2 go down, forcing the Pen Rift to jump out. And so now Anarchy Stars is on their back feet again, but I don't think Panama has the clam economy ready to be able to push mid and push their plat. They're going to just have to take it kind of slow. I mean, I feel like Panama might be struggling to build a clam economy because they have 2 weapons that are really focused on sharpening. But Riv's doing a good job of trying to hold it, and I guess not anymore. I'm sorry.
I mean,
the roller finds 2.
Yeah, Roller is gonna do Roller things, but the Reef's gonna do Reef things and just use that explosion radius 2-way advantage and get that Roller out of that small little corner there. Hammer coming out as well to kind of force the issue here for Visit Panama as Anarchy Stars is able to get in. A ball is going to be thrown a little bit forwards here. You're going to see, I believe that's Bryn there trying to save it, not quite able to, with Visit Panama able to play some really solid defense. But now, if you're Visit Panama, you have less than a minute to go. Crab is down. That's not what you want to see here. And Anarchy Stars just keeping this ramp all to themselves. Roller down on top of that, so your sharking weapon is down. Cooler a bit far out for Anarchy Stars because you see that pen up there just kind of protecting it, making sure no one else can get to it. Very good job. But if you're Visit Panama, you can't play on your back foot this whole time. You gotta push that pace. But unfortunately, Rib, like you saw right there, doing a great job of checking the flanks and making sure nobody can come up either through the ramp or the block jump.
Riv is watching that left flank for Panama, and I'm just not sure how Panama's going to break through. I mean, especially with the Luna going down, it's just really going to have to be the roller that tries to brute force their way in. And you see the roller trying to move in on right. The roller gets picked off by the pencil, by Riv, and strikes come out for Anarchy Stars. It seems like impossible to push, and the Luna goes down, two go down on the side of Panama, and I'm pretty sure that Anarchy Stars are going to be your Tristrike Tuesday North America number 50 champions.
I mean, yeah, just very solid defense, not a lot of scoring, but hey, how's the saying go? Defense wins championships. Anarchy Stars, they got one push, and then I feel like from that point on, anytime Panama tried to push, they tried to use that Luna, they tried to use that Crab, they tried to use the roller to get in. It was just shut down every single time. Anytime they popped the Crab, guess what? They all dispersed just far enough so the Crab couldn't get one or two or three picks in a row. The roller tried to push up, guess what? You had both the wiper or the pencil looking at them, pointing them out, and getting the picks. You had the Luna try to go in, guess what? The hammer, guess what? They got one person, they went down immediately. So just great teamwork from Anarchy Stars and just great execution overall. Visit Panama, you put up a good fight. You did take a game off of them. You can't be happy about that because other than that one game, Anarchy Stars went undefeated in the entire tournament. So it's not a lot, but you can at least hang your hat that, hey, you put up a really good fight there.
Congratulations to Anarchy Stars. Great adaptations to the challenges of that Sharking Roller and the Luna Blaster from Panama. Topic, where can the people find you?
Well, yeah, you can find me over mainly on Blue Sky at Topical2. I post mainly where I'm going to commentate next. I mainly do commentary for Under Pressure, Lowing, or Under Pressure, IPL, Dapple Productions, and that kind of area. You can find me on Discord at topic_2. Also, if you want to find me in person, I will be at Don't Flounder at the Function in Cary, North Carolina on January 17th. It'd be very fun if you're going to there. Please say hi. But that's enough from me. Madison, what about you?
People can find me on Blue Sky. I'm at planet-madison.bluesky.social, and that's where I mostly am. I don't really post much anywhere, but feel free to follow me because I love followers. It makes me feel famous.
Yeah, and with that, that'll be it from us over here at Ammo Nights. Thank you to Green for being our wonderful, wonderful streamer. Thank you to all the staff working in the background, making sure everything runs flawlessly, or as flawlessly as it possibly can. But with that, that'll be it from us at Tristrike Tuesdays. Of course, everyone, have a good night, and we'll see y'all next time.